As humans, we thrive in environments of humanity, where we feel safe, deeply connected to others, and have voice and choice. Environments where we feel cared for and care for others. Trauma is an emotional wound that impacts performance and well-being and takes away safety, voice and choice, and connection. Kolk, who's an expert in trauma, has said that trauma is the single biggest threat to public health and wellness in the United States. I'm Jennifer Williams. I'm the first and only gastroenterologist in Nanaimo. I'm a connector of and with people and ideas, a courageous ally and constant challenger of the status quo. As a gastroenterologist, I see a lot of symptoms, behaviors, and diseases that are rooted in trauma. There's also a lot of people I do not see because trauma prevents them from seeking care. And finally, we run the risk of re-traumatizing patients during their procedures and in the endoscopy unit, not because we're doing anything wrong, but because we're following the status quo. And our systems are really designed to be trauma-inducing by design. Providers are not immune to trauma. We just call it something different. We call it burnout. And if we don't feel cared for, how can we care for patients and how can we care for each other? I come to this work through my personal journey with trauma and burnout. And really embracing that healing and transformation journey has helped me become a better doctor, a better leader, a better parent, and a better human. I'd like everyone to take a look around at the people in this room. The data will tell us that greater than 50% of us are experiencing advanced stages of trauma or burnout. That doesn't make us weak, that makes us human. The thread of humanity has been pulled out of our system, and the whole thing is unraveling. I've experienced the benefits firsthand of weaving humanity through trauma-informed, safer leadership principles into everything I do. A patient advocate and community provider who's been involved in this work has said, "This work is sacred. It will save lives." I truly believe that. Next slide. Humanity, the missing quality indicator, focused on 4 small but highly impactful actions that intentionally embedded safer trauma-informed principles with the goal to humanize, to optimize the patient and provider experience. We focused on the A of S.A.F.E.R, so awareness of trauma and its impacts in ourselves, our patients, and in our organization. We focused on assessment of humanity, so measuring the quality of the experience and how to measure humanity, to understand the human experience and to better enable humanity-centered healthcare. And we focused on avoiding re-traumatization. Some of the key takeaways are really that this is really about a movement with every small action, so one action at a time. Humanity is contagious. In order to do that, it requires inspiring a collective vision. What's our North Star that calls to our purpose? And for me, that's really about creating humanity-centered healthcare. It requires empowering community. So going from power over to shared power and co-creation, and it's about transforming at the speed of the relationship, so the speed of belonging and trust. That doesn't necessarily mean strengthening relations that exist. It may require restoration of relationships where trust has been broken, or redefining relationships. So what will this take? It will take discomfort, so expecting, embracing, and exploring that as we challenge the status quo. Courage, both interpersonal or individual and institutional, to avoid betrayal trauma, and listening especially when it's tough. It will take readiness as we aim to disrupt the status quo, time and commitment. And finally, it will take each other. We can all do this work, but we can't do it alone. So I'd just like to thank everybody, especially Al and Rachel. Thanks for helping me through this. If this interests anybody, please find me after. I do have place cards that you can all have, which go through the S.A.F.E.R principles and the principles of humanity-centered healthcare as well. Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you for your leadership and your courage in taking this work forward. And as Jennifer says, this is no one-person show, right? It needs all of us. So.